Hello my dear warriors, how are you guys? Do let me know in the chat box. Welcome aboard, this is Captain Shreyas here. So guys, this session is for all the students who feel deprived or who feel that they can't do it or who feel that they have not done much for their JEE or are getting consistent low performance and are not able to improve their score. And maybe some of you might not have done adequate syllabus or undergone any kind of good coaching, or even if you have done coaching, maybe you are not very serious about it. So maybe now, is there a chance, if I become serious, if I do something, can I get a good rank? And not just a good rank, is it possible for me to actually improve my scores even in this limited period of time? So all of this in today's class. So for those of you who do not know me, my name is Shreyas. I am the physics master teacher, and I am very proud and very happy to have coached, to have trained thousands of students and make their dreams successful. And what makes me really happy is that many of the kids were actually average. Some of them I have met for a short time, some of them I have met and been training them for 4 years or 3 years. So the longer you stay, it becomes more easier to crack JEE. But having said that, let me tell you, even in the last few months, a lot of things can change. So here I am today as a mentor, as a guide, as a friend to help you out and give you a realistic approach, to give you an honest opinion and strategy for your JEE 2023. You want to know more about me? That's my Instagram handle. So good evening. Hello Gaurav, hello Srinidhi, hello Imran, Aisha, hello Jwada, Nitya, Vivek, Nandini, hello Sri Sarimam, hello Janish, Mr. Aityan. Welcome Draw and Draw. Hi Jishnu. Welcome guys. In fact, I was conducting a poll just some time back. One of the poll was, which standard are you in? Most of you are in 12th, or many of you are also droppers. That's what I saw. Also, the second poll was on how much percentage of the syllabus have you actually done. And guess what? All these questions make a lot of sense. In fact, even before conducting the poll, I had made these slides. And it's not surprise that many of you are saying that, sir, I have not done even 30% of the syllabus. So I'm not going to ask you now, because I don't want you guys to give the answer, because you might feel bad that, or you might feel ashamed that, oh my God, why did I not do it? Let me tell you, the point of the session is not to make you feel embarrassed or ashamed, but let me tell you, even if you have done less than 30%, still it is possible to get within 2000 rank. Yes, that's right. How to do that? I'm going to tell you in this session. Even if you have done less than 30%, but there is a catch. What is the catch? You only think and tell me. You will have to put in that effort. You have to follow something. See, all these days, maybe in your 11th and even half of your 12th, you have definitely seen a lot of things. What happens when you don't study? What happens when you study this way? What happens even when you put hard work but you still don't get marks? You have that experience. And now my question to you is, do you still want to gain that experience for the next 6, 7, 8 months on how not to score? Or do you want to learn from my experience and from whatever I have learned training all the kids? Because in life, what happens is you give the exams first and then you learn the lessons later on, whereas in the school, it is exactly opposite, where you learn the lessons first and then you give the exams. So I don't want you to do this, where you give the mock test, you give the examination, and then you learn and then you regret, oh my God, I should not have done this. Oh my God, I could have done this better. So I am going to give you those lessons before the exams itself. Now, before going ahead, make sure you have smashed the like button as well as hit the subscribe button, because that's very important, so that you get more regular updates. I'm going to conduct more frequent strategy sessions on, things like what are the high weightage topics, or what is the exam strategy, or which topics you should avoid, or how to study this particular topic, mock tests. So many things are going to go on. So make sure you have liked and subscribed, because that's how YouTube algorithm works. Great. Now, let me tell you, for getting top ranks, how many marks roughly you will need, and for those marks or ranks, how many options are available to you be it in JEE Mains or in JEE Advanced. Talking about JEE Mains first, if you are getting 220 marks plus, then most likely you will be in 2000 rank, okay, the top 2000 rank. You will get the top 10 NITs, you will get the computer science branch. Yes, the top 10 NITs. If you are 160 plus, you will get the top 10 NITs, any branch that you want. But let's say you're focused only on computer science, then 200 plus will give all the tier 2 NITs, like the next level of NITs, CS branch anywhere in these NITs. And if you see 130 plus also, you get tier 3 NITs, any branch. So up to 130 marks, you can get NIT. Yep. I'm coming to whether HC Verma is good, not good. I'm going to come for Cengage, everything, guys. I'm going to answer all your doubts. But you can see, it's not just, the top rankers, but also the medium rankers also get good colleges. And that is a good thing. It's not like, oh my God, sir, I have not studied at all. I think that I might not be able to get the top 2000 rank. So I think I should stop studying only. That is a completely wrong thought. Because if you think that only getting top rank was the aim and is the only final goal, then my dear friend, you are mistaken. That is definitely not the case. You can still get a good branch, you might get a good NIT even with medium scores. And getting medium scores is not a difficult thing. And even talking about advanced, if you want a good IIT, good branch, generally you need to score around 45% to 55% of the total marks. Every year the marks vary, so that's why I have not put the scores. And if you are in category, generally 40 to 45%. If you want new IIT, but a very good branch, electronics, computer science, IT, like that, then you need to get around 40 to 45%. You want any IIT, any branch, 35% of 100 marks, just imagine, is generally good enough for getting into any IIT. Now you guys only think and tell me, is it possible or not possible? Is it possible or not possible? In fact, for droppers, you have more time, clumsy man, because you don't have to prepare for boards. So think about it that way. You are already at an advantage. Number two, you don't have school. So actually, if you're a dropper and you still complain that, no sir, I think I'm at a disadvantage as compared to the 12th standard students, definitely you're wrong. You have in fact more time. You're probably not utilizing it well. So please make use of that time. Oh, by the way, the entire PDF will be available to you in the Telegram channel. So in case you have not joined, make sure you're a part of it. Now, the first thing that you need to do is to start, guys. You cannot say, I'm going to do it tomorrow. You cannot say, let me start on Monday. Today is Saturday. I will do it then, or I will start it in the morning. Only I will not start it in the night. Because the hardest part of any kind of preparation is always the start. Because once you start, only then you will get the momentum. Is that right? How many of you are willing to start the preparation today? Just raise your hand. Because a lot of people think that, I need to be really great. I need to be really smart. I need to be really intelligent to start JEE preparation. But let me tell you, it's the other way around. Only when you start, you will automatically gain that intelligence, that smartness, that confidence, that charisma in solving those questions, and you will get marks. Very good. I can see many of you raising the hands. So please do not start anything that I tell tomorrow. Don't say that word. I want you to start immediately after the class. That's one promise which you guys have made. Very good. So now, step 1, tick mark. Great. Now the next question on your mind is, how do I exactly start? What is it that I need to do to exactly start? There is a very simple technique which I follow in my day-to-day life also, and it helps me a lot. And I've seen students applying the same, and it helps them plan in advance really, really well. What is that strategy? That is called as backward planning. It helps a lot in your day-to-day terms as well as in the long-term goals as well. For example, you guys know that your JEE exam most likely will be, the first attempt will be somewhere in March. It's not going to be January. So your JEE first attempt, the JEE first attempt will most likely be in March end, or let's say in April. Already the board exam dates have been announced, almost very close, approximately is given Feb mid. That's when they are supposed to start. So you guys know, in the final few days before your board exams, you will be obviously busy with your practicals or stuff like that, your submission or your final few days, last formalities, whatever. So I'm pretty sure your internals and other things and other preparation, all those things will happen from your January end till your February end, right? This is how it's going to go on. You will be preparing for your board exams a little bit more seriously then. That means till approximately Republic Day you have time now. Okay, that's very, very clear. Obviously you will need some time for your revision, and I am saying at least you will do 1 month revision, and in that revision also you will be giving mock tests a lot, at least in the last few days. So you can think, Jan end you will be giving a lot of mock tests, full syllabus mock tests. And before that you will need some time, at least 1 month. That means I'm going back to your December onwards, you will be doing basically revision. Now if you look at this planning, it is very, very clear that from whenever you are watching this video, from now till let's say your December mid or maybe your Christmas holidays, so from now to your December is when you basically study. That's when you study. Whatever you have to do, you still have time. You can say December mid will be a good time, but till December mid I would say is a good time to still study. Even if you have not started revision, it is still fine. This is what a backward planning looks like. The same thing you can also do it on weekly basis or daily basis. Today I want to, before sleeping. So you always start from the backwards. From ahead you go back in time. I want to sleep, and before that I need to complete my homework, and I'm going to reach back from my coaching at this particular time. Okay, and before going to coaching I have some time left. Maybe I can do some kind of revision, and before that I will be in school, and before going to school maybe in the morning I can do some problem practice, and that means I need to wake up at this particular time. So this is called as backward planning. This helps a lot, and this is a rough thing. Please put in the times, like okay, from this time to this time at least I need to do this, from this time to this time. And don't think mentally, because when you think mentally you will lose a lot of things. So always put it on paper. Always put it on paper, guys. Do not think mentally. Always write it down, whatever you're thinking. Everybody cool with this? Yep. So the same thing. Oh, by the way, for droppers, very good, Janish. For droppers, these two things will not be there. Whatever I have written, board, internals, preparation, all these things will not be there. This thing, you can shift it over here till February or March, basically. You can shift it. You can say, similarly for revision, you can start from maybe February onwards. February and March completely for revision. And if you want, complete the syllabus by January end or second week. But after that, please, you will have to start the revision. You cannot extend it beyond that. Okay. Now, having talked about the backward plan, what exactly you need to do to study any particular chapter? Basically, you might have couple of weeks, couple of months, depending on whenever you are watching this video. So there is a very simple strategy. Okay. Very simple strategy to study any topic really quick. This is what many toppers have done to improve their marks. You cannot sit and do the same things which a regular 11th standard kid does now, because now is not the time to do that long way method. Do you want to know the RRR method? What is RRR? Rapid revision. Rapid revision. Recap. Everything. Rapid revision. Recap. Everything. Revise. You want to revise. You want to do rapid lectures. You want to learn rapidly, and you also want a quick recap of what has happened before. Everything you want to do it very fast. So how do you do this? How do you do this? Simple, guys. Whenever you want to pick up any topic, let's say it could be rotation, it could be coordination compounds, it could be integration, it could be anything. What you need to do is please watch a lecture with your theory book and basically your rough sheet. This is what you need to do as the first step. If you're watching my lecture or anybody's lecture, watch it recorded, no issues, need not be live. You can watch it even at 2x or even 3x or 4x speed, that is okay, but watch it. And simultaneously read through the theory book, only the important ones, only the important lines. Don't read completely, you might not get time. Maybe you can just go through it quickly, but there are some important things which you need to go through that, and you will understand when you are watching the lecture. Let's say you are just watching Faraday's law. Once the Faraday's law is being taught, immediately go to theory book. Okay. This, okay. Then in the rough sheet, what you are trying to do? You are trying to solve the problems which the teacher is doing. You basically imitate the teacher in rough book. Whatever he solves, try to solve it. After that, what you do? You watch some problem solving lecture. Okay, you can watch only numericals of that chapter, and you can use solved examples if you want, solved examples or class problems, etc., and try to do it together. Okay, take up a problem, see what you're trying to do. You're not able to think, no problem, watch the solution little bit. Okay, not completely, then try to do the next. Okay, now you are able to do little bit. Okay, maybe you reach the answer, good. If you're not, no problem, watch the remaining part of the solution. Look at solved examples, that's it. Okay, but start with easy ones, then slowly go to the hard ones. This is what I want you to do next. Next, you go to basic or substitution based, simple questions. Then you go to average questions. And then finally, what you're going to do is going to go to PYQ mains. Okay, I'm not even asking you to touch advanced for now. Okay, if you have time, go to advanced, but at least PYQ mains, and if possible, then go to advanced. But mains is very, very important first before going to advanced. Even if you don't do advanced, it is okay, guys, no problem. This is the structure you want to follow, and I'm telling you, at least per chapter, all right, per chapter, at least you try to solve 100 questions per chapter, 100 questions to 150 questions. Now you guys only think and tell me, for solving 100 questions to 150 questions, how much time will you take? A normal JEE paper has 60 questions. So even if you take little bit double of that, and JEE paper has 3 hours over there, so that means you should take not more than 8 hours, give or take. Agree? Everybody agrees with this? Not more than 8 hours for this. If you think that there is a chapter which is little bit difficult, no problem. Take 9 hours, take 10 hours. Now use my backward planning and think, okay, for this chapter, which is slightly big, I might take 11 hours. This chapter, solid mechanics, it's very small. Maybe I'll just solve 80 problems. That's okay, no problem. I might take just 6 hours. So accordingly, you adjust and fit in a plan for yourself for the next few weeks or at least months. I'm pretty sure this much is what you can do. I'm not asking you to solve everything. Don't try to solve everything. Don't try to solve everything. Instead, what you have to do is try different variety of problems, okay, as much as you can in that limited time. That is what I want you to do. When you are doing all of this, now many of you might be thinking, sir, should I make notes? Now is not a good time to make notes, please let me tell you, but you can make quick notes. Quick notes are different from notes. Notes are like proper, everything is there. Now, if you start making notes, you will complete your notes next year only. Now is not the time. But quick notes, very good. Formulas, only important things. Very short notes. Road maps, mind maps, all those things. Like for example, you can say, I'm studying, let's say for the chapter of electrostatics and magnetism. Oh, for a sphere, what is the field inside, what is the field outside? Oh, for a ring, what is the field outside, what is the field inside? Quickly, tuck, 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 you are writing it and similarly thinking about it. Then you can also make mind maps like this. Like, okay, force is equal to mass into acceleration. This is very similar to torque is equal to moment of inertia into alpha. Acha, very nice. And force chapter is also related to collision because or momentum. It is dp by dt, and you can also say this is nothing but impulse divided by the time. Oh, okay, and impulse is nothing but change in momentum. Interesting. Torque is nothing but r into f. Oh, and this f is the same over here. Great. This I is nothing but mr square. Okay, summation. Oh, this alpha is nothing but d omega by dt. Oh, omega is nothing but v by r. Oh, this velocity is the same which is there in momentum also, because momentum is mass into velocity. Like that, try to make your mind map. Try to expand from one formula to the other. This is how you are going to think, not just for physics but also for chemistry. This reaction related to this compound was there here, this was acting like a catalyst here. Oh, this is how the electronegativity for this element changes in this periodic table. Oh, this is how this trend matches vertically, horizontally. Try out everything, guys. Are you understanding? This is how you have to make your quick notes and mind maps. Now, let me tell you, you don't have to solve all the problems. You have to just solve exercise 1, exercise 2, watch the solutions. There are discussion sessions also. Exercise 1, exercise 2 also, if you do, more than enough. For any subject, NCERT is must. Everybody knows for boards and also for JEE mains. Reference books. Which books? I'll tell you. Problem solving you should have, and PYQ also you should have. Now, you can have individual books for everything, or if you have one book which has more of these things, good. NCERT is separate, reference, problem, PYQ can be separate, or one book. Which are the most preferred books? Well, for physics especially, I can tell you, you can use H.C. Verma for sure. At least the objective questions, short answer questions, solved examples and theory, very good. Then if you want more problems, you can go to D.C. Pandey. This is okay if you do not have your Vedantu Tattva material. If you have Tattva, then you don't even have to go to many of these books. Then Irodov, please use it only for advanced, not anything else. So that's for physics. Similarly for mathematics, I would say go for A. Das Gupta, especially for MCQs, very good book. More problems you want, go to Cengage. If you want to learn from the basics, go to R.D. Sharma. They teach very nicely, especially in this book, R.D. Sharma. A. Das Gupta, very good for problem practice, or Cengage. Don't buy both. You can either use this or that. Similarly for chemistry. So obviously for physical chemistry, you can use Narendra Avasthi, very nice book. Then J.D. Lee for inorganic chemistry. And if you want to do organic chemistry and more problems in general, then you please use M.S. Chauhan. So these are the general books apart from obviously your NCERT, which is a must for your chemistry, JEE. I hope this is clear. Now the next important thing is you need a good teacher, good mentor. See, teachers are there, but mentorship is also very important. So you please try to follow few teachers only. If you, let's say for example, chemistry, don't see every chemistry lecture from every YouTube channel or every coaching you are going tuition also. If you do that, that's a big no-no, guys. Please do not do such things. That's not a good thing to do because you will get confused. Similarly for physics also, I won't say try and read or try and watch every physics lecture from every particular channel. That is not a good idea. Have one is actually enough. Max to max 2 to 3 channels, not more than that. Else you will find yourself in a soup. You will get confused. This guy said this thing, this guy said this thing. I think this is wrong. You will be just, irritated, or you will be just, confused and you will just blank out over there. So please don't do that. Having said that, you need to also simultaneously cover up your backlog. So how do you exactly cover up your 11th standard portion? I would say please concentrate right now on your 12th standard. I would say devote only 10 to 15% of your time for backlogs. So I would say your current portion, I think you should have 80% of your time devoted approximately. And for your backlogs, around, I would say 10 to 15%, the remaining time goes for school usually. The remaining time will go for your school work. So I would say for school, 5 to 10% of the time also if you devote, it is more than enough. Now you think how you are going to manage this based on your days, commitment in coaching, school timings, etc. But this is the general breakup. Do not sacrifice your current syllabus. So when you are doing your backlogs, you can do it on day-to-day basis, or you can set one particular day of the week also. That is also fine. But keep a long-term goal. Don't have unrealistic target that I'm going to cover my entire 11th standard backlog in just 1 week or 2 weeks. That's wrong. Also, one thing to keep in mind during backlogs is that do important chapters only first. Don't do everything. Do important chapters for backlogs. Don't do everything. Whatever is remaining, do it later on so that you can cover it up. Now, when I say backlog, the first thing that comes to your mind, sir, I don't have the time. So don't worry. You have to make a timetable, and what kind of timetable you can make is, I'll give you an idea, the timetable which I recommend to students. I usually tell the students to make a timetable when you have your school plus coaching. When you have school plus coaching, then you just make a timetable when you just have school. Then you make a timetable when you just have coaching. And then you make a timetable when you have a holiday. That's it. These are the 4 timetables you need. School plus coaching, school, coaching and holiday. Some of you might not be even going to coaching. That's a different story. Then you have just 3 timetables. Okay. Now, accordingly, you manage. So when you have holiday, at least you should be able to find 10 hours. At least you should be able to find 10 hours. When you have both, you should be able to find 4 to 6 hours depending on your school timings. Here, maybe you should be able to find anywhere between 6 to 10 hours over here. So make that time, and I would say sleep for only 6 to 7 hours for the remaining few weeks if you want to do some extra work. 8 hours sleep is usually needed, but I think you'll have to push yourself a little bit harder. If you want to achieve something, you have to sacrifice something. 7 hours if you're not able to, resist only the sleep, or if you feel too sleepy. So that is what I would say. Will you be able to do this? Yes or no, guys? Will you be able to do this? Please tell me. So there are some general tips which I have given for making timetables also. So I think I told the same thing, 4 to 6 hours when you have school and coaching. For weekdays and holidays, in fact, it depends, 6 to 10 hours no minimum. You should be in fact going more than that. Clear your backlog regularly. Remember, I have told you 80% for current, 10% for revision to 15%. This is for backlogs actually, and 5 to 10% for school. This is what is the general breakup or general guidelines for your timetable. Now, fine, you are studying, you are revising, you are making quick notes, you are efficiently studying a chapter, you have done everything, okay, whatever is needed. But if you do not give test, or if you are scared of test, then you will not be able to improve. So you have to give mock tests. Yes, it can start with a chapter test, then slowly 3-4 chapters together, then a complete 11th standard together, then the full syllabus comes towards the end. But when you give these tests, don't get disheartened, because most of the times the marks will not look so great, or it will not look 220 plus immediately. It might start with 60 marks, it might start with 70 marks, it might start with 120 marks, but you will start somewhere. See what kind of mistakes you are making. So you should have a table like this. Test 1, test 2, test 3, okay, like this. And maybe it can be even for chapter wise. So let's say you can have something like this is chapter X. So this is for chapter X. Maybe it was there in test 1. It was maybe not there in test 2. Suddenly it came in test 3. So you make a table like this, and here you write down the mistakes. So here, silly mistake, calculation mistake, I did not know, no knowledge, or basically conceptual mistake. You knew it, but conceptually you learned something new, you misunderstood everything. Or maybe it was completely something else only. Maybe it was misreading. Every time this chapter comes, I misread. So see in which test, how many mistakes you made. Silly mistakes 2, okay, no knowledge. Okay, this test I had 3 mistakes over here, 0 over here, 0 over here, 0 over here, 5 mistakes over here, 1 mistake over here, 2 mistakes over here, 1 mistake over here. So make a chart like this. You will understand immediately after 10-15 tests, okay, this is the thing which I should be worrying about. I know in this chapter X, this is the thing which I should be really worried about. I know if a calculative question comes in the examination, I do not make any mistakes. So immediately I will go with this kind of question if it comes in the examination. Because your brain is programmed, you know, acha, I don't make calculation mistakes in this chapter X. So I will immediately go to that. If I see a question which is little bit calculative, no problem. Okay. No knowledge, well, no, looks like I have decent knowledge, but conceptually there were some difficult problems where I'm making mistakes. So I'll be very careful with difficult problems. So this kind of analysis you need to do for every chapter. I've just given some columns, but there can be obviously more columns to it. It's depending completely on your perception. Will you be able to make it, guys? Please let me know. Okay. Now, when you do all of this, the most important thing that you will need is motivation, is the dedication. You will feel like giving up 100 times. I'm telling you now only. But whenever you feel like that, please come to me, attend any of my live class and talk to me openly, and maybe we can have a chit chat. And I will also conduct more such strategy and motivational sessions which will help you, realize your true potential, which will push you towards studies. Or maybe you can talk to somebody else who is motivating and have a very dedicated group which is aimed at studying for JEE. If you have that consistency for the next few months, 100% you will get within 2000 rank. And it's not a joke, or it's not just because I'm saying it, because you will be like, sir, you can say anything, sir. You do not understand what I'm going through. No, that's not true. In fact, I have seen last year also, previous year also, 10 years back also, all the students who were average or suddenly lost hope. If you just push these students, if you just somehow are able to, show them the right strategy which you have seen today, trust me, lot of things can change. Believe me, if you do that analysis, whatever I have given you for mock test, after December or within January, by January you will be like, sir, I'm seeing a lot of change. I started with 50 marks. Today I'm getting 150 marks. Don't worry. After 150, you will also cross 200. It's not a difficult thing. And I will tell you how to stay consistent, how to, do this, what kind of exam strategies you can apply. All of this I'll be giving you on this channel. So, are you ready to see what will happen if you don't give up? Are you ready to see what will happen if you don't give up? You have seen what happens if you give up all these months, right? You saw. You just saw for yourself. I need not tell you also. Nobody has to come and show it to you. Can we now change it and see what happens if you just stay focused, and if you just do whatever I told you, and if you just stay committed to your final goal? Let's see what happens. I will be here only. I am not running away anywhere. You are also not running anywhere. This channel is free for all of you. So guys, I want to meet you again very soon. So for that, make sure you hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit the like button as well. If you loved, enjoyed and got really motivated from this session, and you want to put all those things whatever I said during the session into practice. So looking forward for your commitment, your consistency, your hard work, and obviously I'm there behind all of you to guide you, to help you attend all the problem solving sessions, attend all the recorded sessions whichever are there on the channel. It will definitely boost your performance. Thank you very much guys. This was Captain Shreyas. Anything you want to ask, please ask me in the comment section. That's it from my side. Hasta la vista.